Yes, but thanks to everyone for tuning on into this Afreeca world. It's the Terran versus Zerg on the new maps, new patch. First map going to be Port Alexander.
Yeah, the Alexander.
And starting off this best of 5, spawning down in the bottom right-hand side of the map, representing Team Sloth. It's Bioice.
And then in the top left-hand corner, it's the purple Terran player. You know him and you love him as QXC.
Yeah, so Port Alexander, bit of an interesting map. Got a very defensible natural. Over the third base, a little bit more exposed on this map. So that one's going to be interesting as far as the macro goes, anything like that. But
it is. It's harder to defend for sure.
But no, yeah, I'm willing to bet we'll see our fair share of just straightforward macro games coming out of these two guys.
Yep, Bioice is Overlord scouting, checking for proxies as best he can with his Overlord. Nothing crazy coming out of QXC, though. And the hatch first for Bioice goes down. It should not be a problem at all. Yeah, so QXC, we had some questions about whether he's going to be a little bit rusty in this tournament, but nope. Nope, not at all. Yes, basically, at this point, he did 3-1 versus Caleb, and we'll see how he does against Bioice. I feel like Bioice is the better Zerg player, but we'll have to wait and see what the results are from this.
Yeah, Bioice a bit of a tougher beast. I mean, Caleb a very good Zerg player, but Bioice just definitely very high up there. Now, I mean, I like to keep tabs on what StarCraft 2 players are doing, and QXE, while he sort of has been out of the scene, he has been playing a fair bit of ladder games, so it's not like he's just completely rusty or anything, just rolled out of a StarCraft slumber and just decided to play. No, he's been playing a bit, which is always awesome to see.
Very, very true. We've got Gildalin in chat here. Welcome, Gildalin. Happy to see you here on the stream here at Afreeca. We're going to get more people from NA over here. We really, really do. It just helps a whole bunch to have a lot of North American people watching Amazing StarCraft over here as well, because that is
SCV being a bit of a pain here. QXC loves just hold positioning as SCV and just parking him there. Will we see a dirty eBay or supply depot? Oh,
the thing is, well, no, not from that guy. The SCV wins in a straight-up fight versus the drone. He should have started attacking as soon as he could.
The drone got the first few hits. The Reaper.
Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing. He's delaying long enough for the Reaper to get in, looks like, but nope. Yeah. Queen pops just in the nick of time there for Bioice. That was as close as you want it to be.
Yeah, QXC just going right into his Hellions. However, Bioice, he actually ran 4 lings across the map. Is this command center going to get up? It does get up.
Oh, just barely. SCV is going to die, and the wall's there, and the Hellions are coming. So the base is going to be fine. That was a really
just running his lings across the map there.
Almost a fantastic pause there from the Zerg.
Yeah,
and the Reaper's going to catch these guys out on the map. He's on a timer because Speed's going to finish here in a few seconds. We'll see if the Reaper can get all 4 of these before Speed is done. That'd be a pretty nice pickup for sure, and these Hellions coming in to assist as well. So the Lings went for the pause on the construction, couldn't quite do it. Did get the Reaper, but gonna pay for it with their lives, yeah. Especially with the Hellions here.
Yeah, so now Bioice gonna have to make a few more Lings as he macros up, because you gotta be safe versus those Hellions. But QXE back at home getting up his sim. I imagine we'll see a 3rd CC start up pretty darn soon here. That's just the way it usually goes these days in TvZ.
Yep. Has not saturated his 3rd base very smartly because, again, Hellion and Reaper pressure can really shut that down. There's only one Queen
QXE
here. Okay.
Actually, he was thinking of diving in.
Handful of Zerglings. I don't know. I guess engaging on creep is your best bet here. Can he pin down a couple more Lings?
Yeah.
Wow. He gets everything. The Reaper and all 4 Hellions, and now the Lings are going for the counterattack. Map control is back in Bioice's corner.
Only 6 Lings died for that. Now QXC, he's producing 2 more Hellions behind this, so he's remaking a few of those.
I don't know if they want to get stuck out here, though. They need to get back inside now. And there it is.
Good use of that choke point, though.
That's the positioning that you want. A couple more Hellions showing up. 3rd base being constructed as part of the wall, as you predicted. Stem just about done here for the Terran player, too. And just more drones and more Queens from Bioice. He is macroing hard right now. Already up 39 to 35 workers. 8 drones in production. He's going to have that lead that all Zerg need at this stage of the game.
Yeah, QXC, he's got, well, he made some extra Hellions, so he's going to be able to dive on in here. However, Bioice, I mean, he's cutting those corners. There's actually only 6 Lings out right now, so these Hellions, they can dive on in if QXE chooses to do so. It's a bit of an odd window that Bioice was not ready for. QXE
yeah,
actually...
that said...
Yeah, just forcing out some more Lings, it seems, and then not committing in there.
Yeah, the Queen's threatened enough to where the Hellions didn't really want to engage. They're checking for a 4th base, no such thing yet. For the Zerg player, that'd be really, really fast. Might be able to get up there, but no, the Queen positioning again. Again, really, early game ZVT for Zergs has lately just been Queen positioning, making as few Lings as you need to survive, and then just making sure you're keeping an eye on these Hellions as they dance around and try to kill your stuff.
Yeah,
so
Zergs
for Bioice
really
is doing this very well. Yep.
Now, QXE, since he did invest in, say, those extra 2 Hellions, his tech is a little bit delayed, so it's taking him longer to get up his production. He's already got Stim done, but he's only on 3 racks. He doesn't have any engineering base started up, so Bioice actually going to have a significant upgrade lead going into this game.
Which is always nice. You need those upgrades versus those Terran, those Bio dudes. 4th base coming up. Hellions trying to roast that thing down. A couple shots off. They do retreat before the Queen army shows up to kill them.
Yeah, that is a lot of Queens. Okay, but QXE actually going across the map right now. He's got his Stim done already, and he's got his Hellions as well, so Hellions can definitely help out. However, they're heading home. Those Hellions need to get in here if QXE is going to try and push. It looks like he's just keeping them at home, going to be testing the waters with his Bioforce.
Yeah, there's just not many Marines, honestly. These Queens might be able to stand in on their own, especially if Transfuses come into play. Those creep tumors need to finish, and they are going to go down. Some Lings coming in to assist, and that's enough Zerglings and Queens to shut down this little small push. Just like you said, toe in the water for QXC. He's going to pull back, wait for reinforcements. Maybe don't lose a medevac, though. All right, lost a medevac.
Oh. Oh, no.
And the other one, too. Oh, my gosh. Almost. That was almost a dead full medevac there for QXC. That would have been disastrous for the Terran player.
Yeah, this is looking like a pretty good opening coming out of Bioice so far. QXE has got his upgrades on the way, but they're a little bit late. Bioice is still getting up his infestation pit, getting up his 4th. This is starting to look a little bit like a runaway Zerg train.
It is. Bioice showing very well against QXC, who's got a lot of major StarCraft 2 victories under his belt. But yeah, infestation pit, banelings, centrifugal hooks, 2-2, 24 more Lings in production here, just happily mining off of 4 bases. 5th base. There are several places he could take that if he wanted to. I mean, it's just everything you want as a Zerg player. This has gone exceptionally well, perfectly well for Bioice thus far. And another drop is coming in. A drop in the southern section here is, again, the awareness is just there for Bioice, and he's shutting this stuff down hard.
Yeah, when you're just dealing with like 1 or 2 drops coming from your opponent, it's relatively easy, or well, these Zergs are pretty darn good at it, at just shutting down 1 or 2 drops. You really got to be hitting them in a lot of places to sort of catch them off guard here. Now this drop is nice. It actually hasn't been scouted, and that's the main thing. So this hatchery could be exposed here.
Yeah, it's done.
Picks that off.
Good cancel. Good cancel, but it's too many Lings, too many banelings on the ground. The creep spread is about halfway across the map already. They nerfed that in this latest patch we're playing on right now, and so the creep isn't as good as it used to be, but man, he is trying to compensate for that by making a million creep tumors.
Yeah, I believe basically the rate in which it expands, they said, is slower off of 1 tumor, if I'm not mistaken, but I was watching some Zerg pros talk about it, and they were saying that multiple tumors not too much effective.
Oh, okay. So that explains what Bioice is doing here.
Yeah, I haven't looked exactly. Well, I mean, he's just doing the Zerg thing, but I haven't looked exactly into like the math of whatever work or exactly how it works out. QXE, by the way, he's getting drilling claws, making a lot of widow mines, getting up a 4th CC, so he's sort of accepting that this game is going to be going late, but he's going to be going up against the Zerg arsenal as this Hive finishes up, the Spire finishing up. Bioice is going to have a lot of tech at his disposal, also the faster 2-2 upgrades, so QXE, I mean, if he was just going to try and like kill Bioice, it probably wouldn't work. So he's going to have to face that late game, which is going to make things very, very tough for him.
Yeah, it's going to be Broodlords as the Greater Spire is starting right now. And what QXC really needs here is something like Vikings. Ooh, definitely Vikings. And again, a nice hold there by Bioice, just not really allowing QXC too far into the creep. Dropping to the north there is QXC. Man, this purple and pink and the purple everywhere. This is really hard.
These 2 colors.
The mini-map. Very similar color schemes.
Okay, now, I mean, there is also an Ultralisk Cavern on the way, too. There's the 3-3-3, pretty much. Well, Adrenal Glands and then 3-3 on the way. So Bioice really getting all the tech at his disposal. Now, QXE wanting to test the waters. I mean, QXE is maxed out. Bioice was hoping to hold out for like, just spending the last bit of his supply on Ultralisk or Broodlords, but QXE gonna force him to make a few more units as he is starting to really push Bioice in multiple locations right now. He's got two pretty significant bio armies on each side, although those Marines gotta be careful.
Yeah, that one's done, and that one also looks like a little bit stronger, but more Banelings here for Bioice. He's splitting his force as well.
That
the target fire.
Nice shots, yeah. Those Banelings just rolling on in QXE. If he's paying attention, he's got to pull back right now versus these Banelings. And he's also secured a planetary. He's starting another CC. I love when Terrans just make the investment into a few extra CCs.
Yep, definitely seems to pay off for them in most situations. But yeah, continuing to push. There's stuff going on inside the main base.
That Widowmine.
Bioice too. Widowmine gets a friendly fire, but also a decent hit on the Zergs there too. And yeah, there's just, oh, that purple is so hard to see.
It is.
On the mini-map. That's crazy.
Yeah, purple on purple creep. That's QXE just says, nope, you guys deal with it. Okay, now attempted run by from Bioice, but nice positioning from QXE.
Happen to have some reinforcements coming out there. More reinforcements coming to the front. Ultralisk's on the way. Chitinous plating, as well as +3 melee attack and +3 ground carapace. So fully upgraded Ultra is going to be here at about the 11-12 minute mark.
Ooh, Bioice. He's got his Lings still outside this third base, and that's actually going to be exposed here. So gonna find his first real run by this game. Getting a lot of damage done.
1.5 minutes in. Still Ultralisk trying to get in the front here. Nice Baneling shots there. But enough reinforcements to take that Ultralisk down, and more Ultras and more Banelings showing up. QXE not microing at all there. The Baneling hits are too strong. He's too worried about the Lings back home. Bioice may have turned the tide in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Just in a fantastic position. QXE floating over a CC, but I don't know if it's going to be safe for that to land. So Bio's got to continuously retreat. Liberator's setting up. Will hold back these Ultralisk for now, although this fourth base could be in a bit of trouble. SCVs are going to have to start giving that a hug if they want that to stay alive. The Bio coming in here, if it's getting repaired, it may be able to survive if he can pick off these Ultras.
And no, gets the Planetary Fortress, comes in with some Lings from the backside there. 193 to 110 supply. That's your GG, and Bioice takes game number 1. Oh.
Yeah, Bioice hitting QXE hard there.
Yeah, man. It was tight there until I feel like that one engagement up north where QXE didn't do a great job microing against the attack coming. I think he was probably worried about his third base. And as a result, lost a ton of that stuff, and then it's kind of a snowball effect from there for sure. Well played by Bioice.
Yeah, well played indeed. Now, yeah, that was just a good showing from him overall, really. I mean, QXE, his upgrades were a little bit later. I mean, he lost 2 SCVs at the start of the game, and that's just sort of nitpicking, but I mean, 2 SCVs is significant.
Absolutely. It's, again, worker counts matter in the early game, especially for Zerg. If you can kill 2 or 3 of their drones, really slows them down, and same thing for Terran. Everybody needs their workers to get up to that economy they need throughout the mid-game. So let's hop on in. We'll get into our next match here. Let's see how QXE can respond to the Zerg aggression.
Indeed, yeah, Bioice, though, just showing that he likes to hit that comfortable stage in which it's just like, I'm gonna, you know, get a bunch of Ultralisks and everything, and he's just mastered the art of really trying to get there.
Yeah, staying alive long enough to rush to Ultras, as we saw some players fail at that yesterday. It's not easy to do. You really have to be just on the ball, stopping Terran harassment all over the place. If you can do that, though, and Ultras, fully upgraded Ultras at 12 minutes are pretty darn hard to deal with as Terran. Especially with Baneling and Ling support. The Lings are fully upgraded. It's just, ugh, it's a nightmare. So again, thanks for everybody for joining us over here on the Afreeca. Looks like QXE and Bioice are both ready to go, so we're going to tap on into the next match. Let's see how it goes for our Terran player. Regardless, our final looks like it's going to be a PvZ or a PvT, so no mirror matchup possible in the best of 7 finals here today.
Yeah, nice to have a non-mirror finals. I mean, mirror matchups are always fun to explore, particularly on a new patch, but as far as finals go, no thank you.
Agreed.
All right, so spawning on the left side of Automaton, it is Sloth Bioice.
And on the right side of Automaton, it is the purple Terran player, QXC.
Yeah, QXC, I mean, Bioice just, with those Ling run-bys, but he was already not in a great spot just from the way the game opened up there. And so we'll see what he's going to do this match, because versus Caleb Arrakis, he's made a bunch of battle cruisers and split the map.
Yeah, which was so much fun. I mean, the Yamato cannons going back and forth. I mean, we had the mind controls taking over there, Parasite happening. It's everything I'd ever want from a ZVT. And I was kind of sad to see it go.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see QXC try the same thing on this map, but you never know. Just playing that standard Bio game did not work out too well versus Bioice, so maybe change things up a little bit.
Yeah, that might work out. Reminds me of Battle of the Boardwalk, this particular tile set. Just had the same kind of a wood planking going down.
Yeah. How many forests do you think they had to cut down to furnish this map?
17.
17 forests.
17 entire forests.
Oh.
I mean, is there a standard forest size that exists? I don't know. I don't know.
When you're playing, you can't really enjoy the map aesthetics, because if you do, then a depot is lowered or whatever, and a bunch of lings get in. But when you're observing, it's very nice just being able to look around the map.
Yeah, especially on a new map. We've got these cogs kind of moving around here. It's very fun.
Oh, what's that like?
I don't know. Looks like a robot, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like a flying robot. It might move if Bioice gets vision of it. Sometimes.
Ooh. Here we go. Vision coming.
Oh, no, it's just... Is it like a turret or something? QXC, by the way, denying this third base.
It's pretty good stuff.
Oh.
And then... No!
Bioice does the standard Zerg thing. QXC's like, okay, I can't actually deny this. So he's going to poke on in with the Reaper. Queen's in position, though, to shoo that guy away.
Yeah, I can't even get the scout off in the main base. Took way too much damage from those Queen attacks.
And Bioice, once again, sending his lings across the map.
And the base is going to finish again here, so the timing's not going to work out for these lings.
That SCV, he's got to avoid it. SCV will stay alive this time. It should. Hellions should be popping out to save him. Although, help your friend. Or I guess your subordinate. I don't know how. I don't know the chain of Terran hierarchy, but these lings are hiding out for Bioice, keeping them alive this time. QXC, he's just heading to Bioice's side of the map.
Yep, so far so good here from QXC. He got his base down, he's got his Hellions pushing on out here. And the Reaper here too. Again, last time they didn't do a whole lot.
He's got a second factory out. He's making Hellions. Are we gonna see the Cyclones again?
Sure seem, I don't know. Two factories seems to indicate some kind of a mech play. Cyclones would be pretty good, although QXC did transition out of those eventually.
Yeah, eventually he went to battle. Oh,
right.
He can actually get that tumor if he shoots that queen again, but does not. That's always a good thing to do. But then there's those 3 lings that get in for Bioice. 2 SCVs going down.
And nice at this stage of the game, brutal.
Yeah, that's just a nice find there.
Still dancing around. Still, these guys are alive, which is really all you need them to be, is alive. So they have the map control, so lings aren't as comfortable pushing across the map. Trying to do some stuff here at the third base of Bioice, but I'm getting shooed away there.
Now the Cyclone being on the way may actually let QXC, poke and prod a bit with his Hellions, and because I mean the Hellions can deal with the lings and the Cyclone can lock onto the Queens. So it's possible that we may see QXC trying to push into the third a little bit here and just poke and prod, which is going to be like a really unique style, or a really unique Terran interaction that you don't often see.
Right, I like it. So there's your lock on. I'm going to get rid of the Overlord. You know, free damage is free damage. Hopefully he'll supply block Bioice, but in this situation, nope, not with that one kill. But the Overlord does go down, getting rid of a little bit of some scouting information there too.
And there goes
the Lings are moving out as the Hellions pushing in here, and that's just a lot of Queen, man.
The Lings with the wraparound. I thought Bioice was going for a run by.
But they came back around. They might have been going for the run by, but then they thought this and said, we can't pass up this opportunity.
No, yeah, nice find there for Bioice. Reaper's going to dive on into the main base, it looks, just wanting to confirm if anything else is on the way. And you will see the lair start. More Hellions, another Cyclone moving in and out. We haven't seen that mag field accelerator.
Nope, that upgrade has not come in yet.
So QXC, so far, he hasn't really been able to bully Bioice, but he's starting up 2 more factories, so really committing to that mech play.
Yeah, which is fun. I like to see mech versus Zerg. Really, it's different than we see with the Zerg versus the Bio style, which is definitely more common. Lock on ability, getting some shots on that Queen, but the Queen getting out of range and breaking that contact, no problem.
Denying creep, though, is always nice. Bioice has shown us that he's very good at spreading that creep. I would like to see these Cyclones just try and lock onto those Queens a little bit. And there we go, nicely done.
And
Lings are looking for their window.
Keeping it alive there. The Queen's staying alive, even with this lock on hitting him. Transfuse is really consistently doing some good work here.
The Cyclones just don't do that much damage without the accelerator. I mean, with the accelerator, they just chew through the Queens. But otherwise, not so much. QXE getting up his third base as well. Finally starting that mag field accelerator. Denying a bit more creep while this is all going on, killing off those active tumors. Fresh ones need to be spread, which of course cuts into the transfuse and everything else.
Yeah, any energy you can get off of the those Queens is going to be good for you.
An infestation pit has started for Bioice, but I like this QXE. He's going to find this 4th base, and he may be able to cancel this. Lings are going to be forced out off creep versus Hellions. Bioice looking for a nice surround here. Although he's actually just heading out for the counterattack, realizing that he's probably not going to be able to get the jump on this army off creep. What does QXE have at home? And the answer is plenty, so he should be completely safe from this run by, as long as he gets his units in position. But he did not deny that 4th base. However, he's building up a nice Cyclone Hellion count. Gonna be able to start this bullying. Those Lings just getting incinerated back at home. QXE with a good rally, keeping his base safe.
Yeah, getting nothing done there. That is exactly what QXC needed here. He needs the time to build up his mech army. Clear the Constitution done. Magfield Accelerator finishing up in about 10 seconds here, trying to lock on and get rid of this 4th base before it even gets started. But the flank attack forcing them away from the base, but Roach is not quite able to do a whole lot here. They do have speed, which is nice, but they're off of that creep, so not as fast as they would otherwise be.
Yeah, QXE is now starting to go into tanks, realizing that you can't just make the Cyclone Hellion. Gonna lock onto this army once again. He's now got that accelerator, so he will pair into these units, pick them off a lot easier. Scanning ahead, he's got a fair few units back home, picking off some Roaches and Banelings, but looks like Bioice just going for an attack. However, with these Hellbats and tank, just tank, I imagine he should be able to hold this off. May lose a few depots, though.
There are 2 tanks, yes.
Look at that Cyclone. Oh, man, just how fast they killed those Roaches is insane.
Super, super good here. Ravagers in the mix here, too. And, oop, that tank fire on the high ground, doing work.
Doing a lot of work. Locking on.
Yep, Bioice expanding behind it right at this point.
Yeah, this is just sort of him testing the waters. He's also getting into Vipers, which is important. QXE trying to land this base, but I'm not sure that's going to be able to get set up just yet. QXE, I mean, he started it into an orbital, but quickly realizes he cannot. Gotta actually float that away, or else it's going to die to corrosive bile. Now, tanks are rolling forward in order to get set up and push this away. QXE, he's really committing to a heavy tank count this game, though, and then he's got, of course, all of his Hellions and Hellbats and everything else.
Yeah, Viper response here from Bioice, going to throw down that blinding cloud, which is really, really good against tanks because they can't get out of the way.
Some roaches are going to be found out here by these Cyclones.
And that lock-on, man, just absolutely problematic.
Yeah, I can't lock onto all of these roaches, though, so he's got to hightail it out of there. Picks off a few as he goes. QXE, though, he is on 4 bases as a meching Terran, which is never a bad thing. However, you generally want to try and get something done versus the Zerg, so he may be moving out. And I mean, Bioice, he's got Vipers to counter a potential move out from QXE, which he's going for, but I mean, 6 Vipers versus 14 tanks, you gotta land good blinding clouds. It really does come down to how well QXE is going to spread up his army.
It does. He really can't keep these tanks clumped together like this that we're seeing right now. He needs to split them as soon as he feels like the Zerg is going to engage, and I don't think...
Yeah, Bioice may just want to jump on top of this QXE. Okay, he's starting to set up some of the tanks, which is always good to see. A good spread so far. Look at that, just a nice line of them. However, Bioice is just jumping on top of this, but he's actually doing so without his Vipers. The Vipers definitely late to that fight, so a lot of the army on the right side just gets cleaned up. There's Cyclones locking onto some of the other Vipers. There's a lot more blinding cloud, actually, that can be dumped in here, but Bioice doesn't actually have the ground army to deal with it, so QXE, his push seems to work for now. Locks onto this hatchery with those 2 Cyclones. Oh my gosh.
Man, just so much damage getting done. Viper can't do anything about this. Queen's showing up. Hatch is down.
Now more Cyclones showing up for QXE to help reinforce this army. Those Queens can also be locked onto if he picks them off. It's going to be a nice find. However, the Vipers coming on in. Bioice has built up a nice bit of his ground army once again. Lots of blinding clouds being dumped on into this. Every tank being covered. Looks like QXE is going to be getting routed right now.
Yeah, so many Hydralisks. The number of tanks just not enough. Blinding cloud on a couple of them there as well. Trying to get out of it, but getting crushed in the meantime. 168 to 144 supply. Bioice is up and looking strong.
Now, QXE, he did pick off a hatchery, which is always a nice bit of damage, knocking the Zerg down to 4 bases while he's looking to secure his 5th. Now, this 5th may actually be in trouble if it gets scouted. QXE decides to pull back and has actually sensor towered that this attack is coming on in here. Cyclones locking on. The Hellions do decent versus the Hydras, and actually tanks getting good shots off. I mean, Bioice probably not going to be able to get too much done with a counterattack right now.
No, Viper is not blinding cloud on those tanks. Too many tanks remaining anyway there. And yeah, just going to go ahead. Oh, that command center though. Ow, ow, ow. Ooh. All right.
Tank shots though. QXE, I'm liking this game from him so far.
Seems to be working out.
Yeah. I mean, he may be able to go for another push soon. He's starting to build up a Viking count. He's rebuilt a lot of tanks. Just getting up a ton of Hellions. And look at that. Yeah, he's planning on moving out once again. QXE definitely knows that you want to be pushing into the Zerg, it seems. Although maybe he's just looking to secure his 5th base.
Yep, gonna go ahead and get that gold income. Got some nice Vespene gas there too. A bit of an attack in the middle, towards down there.
Hellion run by.
Hellion run by.
Always should be going for these as Terran for QXE. Definitely knows that. Looking for some nice drones right now, and I mean, Bioice, he's at a pretty healthy count, however. Replacing drones, not something that you want to be occupied with.
Nah, but he's got 70. I'm not sure if he's going to bother doing that. His bank is getting up there. He can fully saturate the bases that he has, it seems like. But just more and more Hydras here from the Zerg player. We've got Raven production beginning for QXE. Yeah. Vikings in the sky here too, and +3 vehicle weapons.
Yeah, QXE may be planning on taking this later, but Bioice seems not to be doing that, as he's got all of his Vipers here. He's got his Hydras pushing on in. There's a planetary. It is going to be tough to break that. And the rest of QXE's army actually coming on in here, maybe looking for a surround. The Vikings are out specifically just to deal with the Vipers.
Yeah, exactly. You have enough Vikings, one volley can one-shot a Viper, which is just worth its weight. in
Yeah,
gold
it
right
also
there.
really deters them from pushing in. And QXC, suddenly he is deciding to be aggressive, it looks like. These Vikings doing a fantastic job zoning the Vipers. Look at that Bioice. He starts at 4 more, seeing that he's probably going to be losing some. But,
like, yeah, that's a lot of Viking.
yeah.
We'll prepare for that.
QXC, I mean, is he going to keep pushing on in? Oh, trades with some Vipers there for a lot of his Vikings, actually. But it's also important to note that that was energy. Energy that the Vipers spend to deal with the Vikings is energy not spent dealing with the ground army. But, oh man, Bioice. So many Vipers on the way.
Yeah, he is, that's a lot of Vipers. 7 Vipers at one time. Not sure I've actually seen that number of Vipers in production before.
He's going into 12.
It's a good number. It is a great number. All right, so, I mean, building armor coming in here too for QXC. And hey, look at that! Battle cruiser.
Oh, wow.
Check it out.
I didn't even see him sneak that fusion core. Now, I don't know how I feel about this versus someone like Bioice, but when it is versus just Hydras, if the BCs have high armor, I'm completely fine with it. But when Zerg gets up that Corruptor again, that's where I begin to question it. However, Bioice just getting some good abducts off so far. That's the beauty of the Viper. They can always pick off units here and there.
Yep, that is. They have great utility, great spellcaster.
QXC coming on in here.
Zerg.
Maybe thinking about sniping a base.
Out. Yeah, could have done it. I guess the army was responding fairly well there.
But QXC, he is getting up his +3 vehicle weapons. Once he starts his +3 vehicle armor, I will be very happy about that because that does make the BCs very, very tanky.
Yep, hard to get through. Those units that do small attacks very fast, like Marines and Hydras, really struggle with that.
Command Center will get picked off though. QXC, his tank's not in position. They are that slow composition in order to try and deal with this. And Bioice actually coming in from an odd angle to attack right now. The QXC is bringing everything in. Anti-armor missiles going down on a lot of the Vipers. Liberators getting on in here. Tanks are set up. Battle cruisers coming in. Now, looks like the ground army is actually going to be cleaned up here. Bioice really committing into this. Although, I mean, maybe he is.
Battle cruiser still alive.
Yeah, pretty much just a handful of Hydras that are left here. Vipers getting an abduct, picks off that one BC. Nicely done. Gets on out of there.
Soon. Spoke way too soon there.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Hellbat counterattack with QXC. Gonna be able to
some work done. Not bad.
Kill off a queen. Yeah, kill off a few drones. I mean, Bioice, he's only at 60 drones. He's starting up 9 more. He's got a pretty nice bank for the time being, but he is down 50 supply, so he's going to have to invest in that. And there we go. Now we're seeing the Greater Spire on the way, which really is a nice move for the Terran player. QXC building a missile turret to deal with the Overlord. Sometimes you just don't want to have to move your army into position.
Double missile turret play. I like that a lot. Yeah, triple pumping battle cruisers is QXC. Raven's coming in here too. It looks like we're going to see a repeat of that game he had versus Caleb yesterday.
Yeah. He's getting the armor, and I'm completely fine with the BCs, I think, when your versus just Hydra Viper. It's when the Zerg gets up a ton of Corruptors, in which I worry about the efficiency of battle cruisers. But versus just mass Hydra, go for it. I mean, BCs are so tanky, and they can always just teleport out.
Drilling Claws also on the way here.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess maybe just to plant mines out. Sometimes Vipers drift forward. Maybe try to
pretty good
catch
against
those.
Hydra too. Yeah, just catch a group of Hydras sneaking up, outrunning their Overseer a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's actually no Overseer with this army.
Oh, well, never mind. Widow Mines will be okay.
They will. Now, Bioice coming on in here once again. QXC is a little bit out of position.
And he'll get there, though. Tanks are pretty zippy. Coming in here, though, is Bioice. This Planetary Fortress could be in trouble. Abducting the tanks.
Those SCVs got to give that the hug.
And they are. They're giving it the hug. Blinding Cloud on, but the Hydra DPS, so good. Anti-armor missile.
Crazy.
I don't know if you want to engage here with the anti-armor missile. Your armor is very low right now, Hydra.
Yeah, he loses actually a few Vipers. He gets the base, but these BCs, they're pretty darn good. Look at that. He...
Jump.
Yep, you abduct, he jumps away. That's how it works.
Widow Mine hit on something there.
Yeah.
Oh, these Widow Mines doing
Oh, wow. These
too.
Vipers, they're moseying a little bit too far forward. Missile Turret picks one of them off. Tank's cleaning up the rest of the army. And if we actually look at it, Bioice has lost a lot more resources this game than QXE. And I think that's because of his tech choice.
Yep, Hydras, they're squishy. They hit hard, but they're squishy and they're expensive.
Vipers
Making more
are
Hydras.
Incredibly expensive, too.
Yes, more Hydras and more Vipers on the way from Bioice.
Yeah.
He's not teching into Corruptor at all here, despite seeing the number of battle cruisers.
Yeah, I think you do need to start making Corruptors eventually. Maybe like one more Hydra Viper army, because there still was a fair few tanks on the ground. But, I mean, when it really does reach that mass BCs, you can't deal with it with just Hydra Viper. That's when BCs start to look good. Oh, 7 Infestors on the way, though.
And we are working on Pathogen Glands, so they'll be useful. Abducting and Widow Mine there. Battle Cruiser down. Does jump out. Tank can't jump out. Pretty decent decisive victory there from Bioice, and continuing to push.
Yeah, he's got his Vipers spilling forward. Yamato cannon's going down on the Vipers, though.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Each Yamato cannon that on a Viper, that's 400 resources.
Still no detection here with this army. It's kind of driving me nuts. Bioice, you got to be able to see these Widow Mines, dude. They are good against your squishy units you're running with right now.
Yeah.
Oh, saw that.
Yeah, those Hellions did not stand a chance. It's important to note that QXE has secured this base in the center, though, which is going to give him a lot more longevity in this game. Got sick of those Hydras sneaking around, so he set up some mines and tanks. As a deterrent, those creep tumors trying to spread, not going to get set up.
Yeah, a couple of them will get there. One on the stairs, one at the front there. Missile turrets at the front, going to shut that down, though.
It's definitely a no man's land getting set up between these two lines. Now, Corvid Reactor on the way. QXE really committing to these Ravens.
Yeah, they were good for him in that game against Caleb. Really, really great with that anti-armor missile against the Corruptors especially, which Bioice is starting to make. He's going for Neural Parasite, he's going for Corruptor, he's throwing up 13 Spore Crawlers right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going late game with this.
You got the money and you're maxed out, you may as well.
Yep, those minerals aren't really going to do anything else for you, just sitting in the bank. And Burrow coming in from Bioice too. He wants to make sure his Infestors are a little bit hidden when he brings them out onto the map here.
Thor on the way for QXE.
Saving that hatchery. Very nicely done.
Now, QXE, he's sort of maxed out on that BC Raven.
I'm trying to clear out some of these creep tumors here. Additional Infestors on the way. Bioice is trying to get his setup exactly as he wants it. The number of Infestors, number of Vipers, number of Corruptors as well. Just sneaking right around. Bit of an attack on the left side here, too. Something's blinking at us over there.
2 SCVs also died.
Hellbat.
Oh man, look at those BCs. They just fly over.
Zooming right in, taking down that base. Not.
Oh yeah, it's SCVs that were running in here. QXE starting to dump a bit of supply.
SCV repairing the Hellbat.
What a bro.
Wait, so Hellbats can be repaired and healed?
They can.
That's crazy. Hellbats are good.
Somehow that works.
Yeah. Kind of feel like it would make more sense if you could, like, heal the Hellbat to, like, 50% of its health, but the rest of it would have to be repair, or vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it is a kind of a combo biomech unit here. Nice anti-armor missile. Another one hits.
Oh.
Yamato cannon taking down. I think that was a Corruptor.
Yep, a very unlucky Corruptor.
And we've been dusted, boys. You can't move in there now.
You cannot.
Further upgrades on the way here, though, for the Zerg player. Working on Flyer Carapace, working on Flyer Attack. More Infestors, man. How many does he have? He's got 12 Infestors. He's making 3 more. That's 15 Infestor. Is he going to plan on neural parasiting every single battlecruiser?
Maybe. Infested Terran anti-air is no joke.
Right.
Either.
So maybe you... But how do you hold them in place is the problem.
Fungal? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we looked at that, and Fungal... Somebody told us in chat that Fungal does, in fact.
I'm pretty sure it does prevent the teleport out. We'll have to test this, but I'm pretty sure I read it in a patch note when they changed it versus Blink and loading into Medivacs. I think BCs were included in there. We're going to have this discussion until we actually see something
right?
like that. But a Broodlord on the way.
Interesting. Bioice is trying to take that base along the right side. He is happily mining from it. The Battlecruiser's not in a position to shut that down. Look at this.
Oh, tanks.
Oh, hang on. That's not what you need. You don't need spores.
This is actually going to be some nice kills. I mean, that's like 150 resources each spore getting killed off. And this is becoming that game of efficiency, and resources lost definitely are in favor of QXC. So while Bioice has a significant bank, he is probably going to run dry faster than his opponent. And the hatchery actually dies too. Everything gets killed off there. Those tanks worth their weight. Hydra's pursuing this into tank fire. Although they are pushing in here pretty successfully.
At least requiring a bit more of a response there from QXC. Tanks are going down. I'm not sure that QXC cares that much about it for tanks. Yeah, another battle cruiser.
BC.
Get out. Nope.
QXC is definitely busy on this side of the map. Oh, lots of Neurals going down. Those infestors are just getting picked off though, so those BCs returning to their owner's control. Yamato, or a parasitic bomb going down. Auto turrets being dropped. Anti-armor missiles for days. Corruptors are falling beastie cutie with all these BCs right now, teleporting them out, expertly done, and the corruptor count is falling.
Auto turrets doing some good work here. More neural parasite on a couple BCs, fighting against their brothers. Getting rid of some of the tanks here, target firing down SCVs, throwing up an ant. Ooh, trying to throw up. Trying to get the Infestator in there, but not quite. Samacron in chat and Gildelin both say that Fungal does block teleport, but we're not seeing it used in that way at all. The Infestator is not quite able to target what they wanted to there. A little bit of a lack of control from Bioice. But 199 to 134 supply. Bioice is trying to make as many units as he can, making Infestors, making Corruptors, making Broodlords here too.
The resources lost does tell a story this game though, as Bioice is behind 14,000. So QXC, impressively, later into the game is managing to retain that cost efficiency. Bioice throwing away a fair bit of units. He hasn't managed to secure the space to the right, and he's desperately starved on gas at this point. As he's actually mined out. Has he mined out pretty much every base on gas? He's got what? Okay, he's got 4 gas geysers that are active.
Yeah. He's doing alright there. So yeah, 2 bases that have been unclaimed at this point, both on the extreme left and extreme right side of the map here.
Yeah,
QXC tried to take that one on the right, but
looking pretty close to securing his own though, as he's got that pretty locked down for the time being. Tanks getting set up, missile turrets, battle cruisers getting repaired, which is very important.
And here come the Broodlords. I don't know about this. Are they just bait for Yamato?
Yeah, lots of Yamato cannons going down. We need to see some anti-armor missiles drop for QXC. There we go. Oh man.
Oh boy.
The BCs are engaging. They gotta teleport out, but they just do. That's all they do. They just teleport out.
Yeah, and they
no
just
fungal
lose
or anything.
Straight up engagements. That battle cruiser got out. Got exploded.
If you're a Zerg and you want to deal with nice Yamato. If you're a Zerg and you want to deal with late game BCs, what you really need to do is you've got 2 choices. You can either fungal, but what Zergs would actually do in the old would do previously is they'd neural parasite the battle cruisers, then teleport them while they're under their control, so they don't have a teleport to escape out.
Yeah, so the cooldown is up.
Yeah, that's what some Zergs would do, but Bioice has not been doing that. There's actually just been so many BCs, they've just been taking everything head on. And if we actually look at the supply right now, Bioice, he doesn't have the gas to remax.
No, he does not. His bank is not nearly enough on the gas there. He's coming in. There's your, oh no, he abducted.
Yeah.
And then they just jumped out again.
No infestors waiting to fungal. I think QXC has actually just done it once again on this map.
Yeah, I think so. I think the anti-armor missile is just too good in this situation. Yamato's picking off individual corruptors. Those are so hard to replace right now. It's 182 to 136 supply. Hellbat's trying to wander in, coming in the front here. SCV's
oh man, the repair! Look at that.
Oh, it's so good. There are no Broodlords to bother those SCVs at all. Just repairing consistently here.
There's now 13 BCs to 10 Corruptors out on the map. Bioice is making roaches.
Yeah, maybe Roach counterattack. Maybe base race with roaches against this.
QXE, he knows how to make it happen on this map.
Yeah, he's done whatever he's done to prepare for this is working really
man,
well.
Those Hellbats.
Wow,
so many wings dying there. Tanks now, the noose tightening on Bioice's neck. One of his last mining bases being shut down. And the BCs, they've been trading efficiently so far, and they seem just to be able to keep doing that.
And Parasitic Bomb just isn't doing enough here at all.
No.
None of these BCs are down into the red health right now. Queen's trying to get taken care of. They're the priority. The Queen's actually not even worrying about the Corruptors all that much. Missile turrets hitting on in there. It's 169 to 104 supply.
Dead.
The hatch is gone, and Bioice is in a ton of trouble right now.
Yeah, QXE, he playing well. He's now secured his base on the left. Dropping mules for days on that base. Double planetary. And then, just, wow. Yeah, he has done a number to Bioice. He's just got so many BCs. Supply, he's almost double that of Bioice. Tanks are getting set up, shutting down another one of the few mining bases of Bioice.
Yeah, tank fire, battle cruiser fire. Amazing, amazing stuff here. I just love the battle cruisers.
GG. QXE ties it up with his mech style.
Man, a mech battle cruiser. I don't know if that's even classified as mech necessarily, but if it is, I'm okay with it. I'm just saying it doesn't really sound that way to me right now. But, shoof.
Okay, we'll get on into the next map, which is going to be Automaton.
All right, so we're tied up 1-1 right now. Bioice looking good there in game number 1, but just this style of QXCs, man. I just don't know. I don't even know exactly how to deal with that. You get Corruptors. They're a good answer to the battle cruiser. But then the anti-armor missile comes in. Your Corruptors are not as good as they used to be, not even nearly as good as they used to be. And you lose those fights, and they just jump out even if you take them down anyway. So I don't know exactly how you do that. We've seen some neural parasites attempted. We've seen fungal. No, we've seen parasitic bomb attempted, and abducts attempted too. But I think you're right. I think what the play here is neural parasite into tactical jump into a position with a lot of spores and a lot of hiders or corruptors, and just kind of kill them off that way.
Yeah, just fantastically done. And we're getting both these players into the map. It's going to be Automaton, arguably not as easy of a mech map, or not as good of a mech map. I shouldn't say easy, but because what QXE was doing, that requires a lot of brains to play something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy complex. QXC just making it look, maybe not easy, but making it look very interesting.
Ah, map is Stasis, not Automaton again. We just played that.
Right. Okay, that looks better. Fantastic.
Takes a while to learn the map names.
Gildalin complaining about Terran. Yeah, Terran does look better this patch than they did the last one, that is for sure. In a lot of different ways.
Yeah, timing out versus BCs. I mean, you do have to take a good engagement, but Corruptors just annihilate BCs damage-wise.
They sure do.
It's just that when you don't have enough Corruptors to either one-shot them before they teleport or are not preventing the teleport, that's when the Corruptors don't get the job done. Because, like, even when Corruptors are anti-armor missile, they still deal a ton of damage to battlecruisers. Battlecruisers deal a ton of damage to them. But it's just QXE. It's just like, nope, I'll just teleport out.
No big deal.
All right, but here we are. Stasis.
Fungals.
This is another splittable map. We saw that yesterday. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It's QXE.
And then spawning in the top right over here from Sloth Esports, it's the Pink Zerg player, Bioice.
Yeah, I mean, this map can definitely be split. It's got the watchtowers, it's got the ramps and choke points, so maybe we will see QXE bring out a similar style. Whoa. My keyboard sometimes likes to get stuck.
It was Future and Bioice yesterday on this map.
Yeah, it was. Future then said that he didn't know about the center base.
So you should probably know about the center base if you play on this map later, you guys. Just be aware of it. That's all I'm saying.
You think QXE knows about the center base?
Glitching out in there.
It's like the drone's just spinning 1,000,000 miles an hour in there.
And then he grows up and he calms down. No big deal.
I wonder if that happens to any other Zerg buildings on this map. Although, the hatchery is the only one in which you can actually see the thing inside, isn't it?
On the first stage, I think. I'm trying to think of other big buildings. Oh, there it is. See?
Ah. Okay,
so
yeah.
Second stage, but first stage, I think the hatchery is the only one that has it.
Okay. Reaper on the way for QXE, starting up that factory. Standard stuff. Bioice is going to be taking that third base, but QXE's SCV is parked here. Will he take the first shot? Oh, yes he does. So QXE's SCV will win this fight.
And the drone knows it. He's out of there.
Huh? Look at that. But QXE, he's paying attention. That drone, he can regen over time, but... Oh. The SCV just wants to buy time for the Reaper. Oh, man, that is nice. SCV's got to turn around, though. Oh, gets picked off. Still, I think that works out pretty well for QXE. Picking off the drone. Gets 2 of the Lings as well.
Yeah, delays that third base until Speed is out. Speed just got started laughing games.
Yeah, the Queen will have to come off creep. They usually do have the Reapers parked at the third base. And the distance it's going to take the Queen to get down there.
This is a massive delay. We're already at 3 minutes. Bioice wanted his thing started like 40 seconds ago.
He does, yeah. Bioice likes those early hatcheries.
And it's going to be longer. It's going to be even longer here. Hellions in production. They're going to be over here too. I mean, he's going to have a Ling escort to get his third base at this point.
QXE has spoken.
I'm going bio?
Yep.
Is that what he spoke?
Yep, he said. Now Hellions are diving across the map. Reaper's going to try and delay this, and I mean, if you can delay it till the Hellions get here, then you can, in theory, work away on this Queen. Lings are coming on down.
Slowly.
This is actually such a pain. Can he deny it? Oh my god, and he gets the drone. Oh, this is so tilting of your Bioice.
This is basically the Terran equivalent of just pylon blocking all of your bases as Protoss.
Yeah.
More Hellions coming in. Get it.
Oh,
the Queens are blocking it. Oh! The Queens are blocking the expansion
Wait,
now.
can the Hellions just dive into the natural or something?
Hang on.
Oh my god.
I mean, is there anything up there defending that natural base? I will check. Yes, there's a Queen defending it.
Okay. It's finally going to get up, I think. Speed is done. But that's a 4.5 minute base.
4.5 minute third. QXE's been on 2 bases forever at this point. QXE's... Oh, man. Bioice is like, all right, let's do something. We're going to send some Lings across the map, but we're walled off. We've got Hellions behind the wall. There's just nothing to do with Zerglings here.
Interesting natural ramp, by the way, on this base. It's been a while since we've had a map with a natural ramp, isn't it? Like, right outside the natural.
Yeah. Yep. 2 layers of ramps going from the main to your natural to your third.
Ramps all the way down.
Yep.
Ramps now, Hellions for QXC. There's Lings in position to shoo him away.
They want that tumor, though. Oh, they got... Did they get the tumor? I don't know.
I don't know. Bioice lost an Overlord somewhere. I guess he dived on in.
Yeah, man. You're not getting through there, Zerglings. I am so sorry.
But QXC, his bio opening has been a lot more smooth this game. Just, oh, man. Well, Bioice not happy about that.
No. That third base is not even done yet. We're almost 6 minutes in.
How sick would it be if QXC made it to the finals of this tournament? Oh, the Hellions! Down. Get another drone? No, not quite.
No, they thought about it.
Yeah, just a little bit too late. Bioice getting up that 4th base. He does not want any more denials. But this game, it is looking like a nice opening for QXC. However, Bioice, he has shown us he's very good at making those defenses, having Ling run-bys. But we'll see. QXC has already taken his 3rd base. Getting up his engineering base.
Ah. Gildolin says, we did have ramps going down from the natural from Dreamcatcher, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dreamcatcher is such a big ramp, though.
Yeah.
This is one of those small little ramps. So the QXC is he's a lot of depots to wall that off.
Yep. Extra ramping there. So 3rd base going down for QXC. 4th base by Bioice is just about complete here, too. Definitely going for the Ling Bling style. Whether he goes Hydra with it or Mutalisk, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah,
he stayed on pretty much just Lings until he got out Mutas in game number 1. Or he didn't even get out Mutas. Was it just Corruptors or something? I don't know. But here comes in QXC. He's gone for a drop in the odd location on this map. I mean, there isn't much airspace. He sees the lair being started. Now these Medivacs can just bounce around. I imagine Queen should be getting into position to intercept these, though. I mean, QXC could actually be a little bit trapped here. He's going to have to turn around with those. Oh, yeah. He's probably just going to have to unload and take a fight. Not a good thing.
No, those Marines are in a ton of trouble. Queen firing at the medevac here, too. Does actually not take a great angle to get out, but the Queen's not interested in getting some shots off there anyway.
Yeah, no. Or there is a Queen at the natural, and she's going to find it. Marines unloading, but those should be cleaned up pretty easily by Bioice. That was actually, after a bit of a bumpy opening, that was a fantastic way to sort of get yourself back into the game as Bioice.
Yep, definitely got enough done there. I think he's okay. I mean, he is up in worker supply, which is nice for him. He's a little bit down in army, but that's to be expected. His +1/+1 is finishing ahead of QXC's +1/+1. Widowmines coming out here too for QXC. I mean, Terrans love their Widowmines again. They are effectively back.
Yes, they are. They are back and good.
And there's your Spire from Bioice. The Spire starting Infestation Pit coming in here too. And yeah, I just feel like we're going to see Corruptors, attack coming into that 4th base. Getting shoved away there by a bunch of Lings and Queens. Transfuses going down on those Queens again. I just really like that healing over time that they do. Pushing in, Banelings are here, but they're slow Banelings, but they're on creep, so I don't know, kind of back and forth there. Centrifugal Hooks is not anywhere near complete at this point.
Oh, QXC just dropping right on into the...
Or maybe...
He was thinking about dropping. Oh, meanwhile, big counterattack. That is going to be shut down hard, though. Look at this, QXC is walled off here, so Ling counterattacks can't sneak in there.
I like it. Good idea.
You know, build a wall there, too.
An attack at the 4th base again. Once again, getting shoved away.
Yes, whatever happened to that Medivac? Oh, there we go.
Just delayed, no big deal.
Turning into a Hellbat, gonna force some Banelings, but the Marines can snipe off the Queen here. Meanwhile, that drop and push coming in from QXC, so he is hitting in multiple locations. If he micro those Marines, though, he would probably have gotten a bit of damage. Hellbat's still gonna help clean this up.
Whoa. Way too much Zerg there, but I mean, picking off a Queen is a big deal, but guess who's making 46 Zerglings? It's Bioice.
Yeah,
12 Banelings.
Heavy on the Ling Bane style, but we do have to be a bit concerned for him as the Widowmine production ramps up. QXC's at 8. He's got those drilling claws on the way. I mean, the Widowmines, in a roundabout way, they did get a buff. Like, the nerf in which they no longer required detection to be seen was pretty significant. But in order to compensate, they got much faster build time, and now they can be invisible and produce very quickly.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. That hatch goes down. He's been harassing that for a while now. Finally takes care of it. Medevac's able to boost out because there are no Corruptors and no Mutalisks. Medevacs are just free to run around the map at this point. Working on 9 Corruptors, though. Yeah, there we go. 9 Corruptors in production.
QXE flying on in here. These Medivacs are going to a pretty bold location. See if he unloads a few Marines, drops them into the main base as well, gets a few drones.
Oh, that's
like he was
great
dropping in the natural
here
as well. I'm having a tough time keeping up with QXE.
He has been known as a drop master for a very, very long time. Multiple.
I gotta lift up, and he does.
Multiple prolonged harass. And the Corruptors are out. Where are they? There the Corruptors are.
Yeah, Corruptors are gonna end this era of drops for QXE. And the Spore with the assist. Shuts that down. So QXE losing a fair bit, but drop-wise, but he's actually maxed out still. He's got his 2-2 done. He's actually secured a 4th base, and then he's pushing on in towards the 5th, denying Bioice's 5th once again, cleaning up the creep. Widowmine's in position. Marines working away on these Corruptors, actually. Now he's down a few Medivacs. He could do with a few more, as there's actually none with this army here. But Bioice is engaging into all these Widowmines right now. There's plenty of Marauders to absorb those Banelings, and a good Marine split by QXC. These Banelings are going to roll forward, but the trade isn't going to be amazing or anything.
Not great. The Zerglings did a good job getting surrounds on those. Where is his detection? Where are your overseers? Okay. Alright. A few Banelings down. Fair enough.
Widowmines. I love the new Widowmines.
There we go.
I have not had as much of a chance as I'd like to play the new patch. When you're busy casting or watching StarCraft, it takes so much time away from laddering. But I'm looking forward, after this weekend, to play a lot of StarCraft.
Agreed. Yeah, the old Widowmines are back, baby.
Okay, QXE dropping once again at this natural, just holding down this position and sort of elevatoring. If he actually gets one of those Evos, it would be huge.
His bio wasn't all attacking it, though. Now the
No, it wasn't, but it's still possible he can get it. These Banelings rolling on in. Widowmine in position. Gets the shot off.
Wow.
Marines and Marauders standing strong.
Ooh, more Lings coming in here. That Evolution Chamber keeps taking shots, but...
Oh, man, if QXE gets that... Oh, there's Broodlords, though. When did we miss these?
Hey, Broodlords.
I've just been so in awe by QXE just dropping all over that it's like, oh, yeah. Look at that. Bioice got to the tech that he wanted to. Now, QXE, he has to deal with these Broodlords somehow. Infestors are on the way for Bioice. That's going to greatly help him out. Broodlords incredibly good versus Widowmines.
Yes, just because we don't care about Broodlings absorbing Widowmine shots.
QXE, though, he's moving around the map with his army. You can definitely pull Broodlords out of position. And he's also securing his 5th base as well. Bioice's economy hasn't been too super or anything, although he has secured the gold base. It is going to be ramping up, but here comes in QXE. He wants to deny this base once again.
And I think he's going to get it. There's only 3 queens here defending. He can ignore those entirely.
He gets the queens. That would be nice.
And one of the queens goes down. 2 of the queens go down. The hatcheries might fall here too. Corruptors flying in. Nowhere medevac for you. But there's not enough of ground army to deal with this. The Broodlords are showing up. He needs to get this hatchery
drones are going to die as well.
Transfuse is going down on the hatchery. Very nicely done. Yeah, drones going down by a lot of
big number here. On that hatch?
He's fighting Broodlings. Why?
Right click on the hatch. But it's too late. However, he still kills off 10 drones, denies mining at that base, and he's coming into the center. He's got a few Vikings, but still not really enough to deal with this. And there's also these Infestors out for Bioice. 1 or 2 good Fungals, and he can wipe QXE's army, and that'll put him in a pretty darn good spot.
I love the Widowmines burrowing in that little smoke screen thing.
Ooh, those are actually some nice connections from those mines.
Pretty good splash damage there, taking some of the HP off of those Corruptors. Definitely
yeah, Corruptors are pretty tanky units, but still getting hit by 2 Widowmines does hurt. There's no doubt about that. Marines dropping into the natural, not being microed once again, but still picking off 4 drones, forcing a reaction. Meanwhile, some more drops moving out.
Resources lost here have been pretty easy, or even rather, 13,000 for both players.
Yeah, it has. QXE, that's partially because he's invested so much in these drops, and they have all been shut down at the end, so.
They all have died at some point. Medevac with 4 Marines in it. Trying to get out.
QXE being routed, though, these Broodlords. They're sort of the elephant in the room for him. Although, look at this. He's dropping once again in the natural. Dropping at the third base. Oh, man. QXC is hitting all over. And then he was pushing towards the fourth. And it looks like he killed off a fair few drones. 15 drones have gone down. QXC is just hitting absolutely everywhere.
That Widowmine down there has 10 kills.
Oh, my gosh. And he's, oh, my gosh, hitting the fourth base.
And he's...
It was actually made into another lair. I guess Bioice was worried about losing his first one, but QXC just kills off so many drones, kills off the gold base.
He's still attacking at the fourth and the fifth bases down there.
He killed off 25 drones, but Bioice is still at 64. Just goes to show how well Bioice has been replacing those units. And I mean, resources are even as far as resources lost, and Bioice is at that late game army. So QXC, he's been dropping all over, but he has not gotten anything definitive. No killing blow or anything like that. Although if he can just keep doing this.
Yeah, just keep harassing all over the place. His Viking count is up to deal with these Broodlords. Also, anti-armor missile helps with there too.
Yeah, the infestors are definitely going to help out deal with those Vikings, though. So they can always fungal and drop some infested Terran, which are incredibly good versus Vikings.
Another attack pushing across that middle row for QXC. Just kind of hanging out. Widowmine's defending. Zergling's absorbing shots. Creep trying to spread here too. Creep spread right next to Widowmine's. Overseer providing some nice detection there.
Oh, that infestor.
Oh, the chain
there's going to be more too. Oh, this is dirty.
No medevacs to heal through this. Trying to split while under the effect of fungal.
Not an easy task. No, the Marauders are going to run on in here.
And they don't have any HP, by golly, but they're going to try to kill whatever they can. Nice bailing shot there.
May as well try and get whatever you can.
Maybe a Spire.
That would actually be huge. No.
Whoa, hey, what?
No, they're not going to get the Spire.
Broodlords are so slow.
Ling's coming to deal with this. That was very concerning how close that got.
Too close.
But if we do look at the resources lost this game, QXC has actually lost more than Bioice. This goes to show how much he's been throwing at his opponent. And so, if QXC is going to keep throwing at his opponent, it would be good to see him try and, you know, sneak this center base. Because this will eventually become a point of contention between the two of them.
Yeah, nobody's really gone for it at this point. But it's definitely going to start to be a problem.
QXC likes his BCs, man. Doesn't matter if you open bio, if you transition into BCs at the end.
QXC is just spoiling us, man.
He is.
Like, you know what? I heard that Falcon guy likes battle cruisers. I think we can do that.
Yeah, let's make that happen for him. A big
and
drop.
win. It's not that he makes them and then he loses because they're bad. It's amazing.
He's won with them.
Yeah, that's even better. Effective battle cruisers are way more fun to watch than bad battle cruiser. All right, well, fairly doomy drop coming up here. There's a medevac just hanging out in this location, but there's Lings and Banelings.
This army is going to unload.
This location.
A handful of Lings are there. Bioice, by the way, he's got a lair, he's got a hive, and then he had another lair over there. I guess he just does it for the extra HP. I don't know, but this drop actually just got shut down hard. QXC falling behind more and more in the resources lost is becoming a little bit concerning.
It is, and unless he wants to take that middle base, he's going to run out of bases to mine from.
Yeah, Bioice is encroaching on it as well.
Yeah, it looks like he is finally taking a stake down here.
Yeah, the Broodlord's moving out pretty far. And all the spores moving up too. So Bioice, he's thinking, hey, if I can secure this base, I can keep trading for days, and he's going to be doing just that, which is pretty darn concerning for QXC. QXC's trying to reach this late game battlecruiser tech, but he doesn't have a super, I don't know what to say, a ton of resources in order to get there, because he's been investing in so much bio early on. It's not like he's going to have this massive bank or economy that he can fall back on. He's maybe going to be able to make a good round of battlecruisers, but that may be it. However, he has built up an impressive amount of Vikings, 17 Vikings, but versus this many infestors.
And he's been working on upgrades too. So he's working on +3 air and +2 attack for the air.
Getting Yamato
just setting up your Broodlords. Yeah, Broodlords I think need to do stuff here before that Yamato comes out, because then they are effectively forfeit. at that stage.
It's really going to come down, I think, to how QXE splits his air army, because these fungals will hit him hard regardless. But, oh, a fantastic fungal on the Bio, but Bioice is fighting into a planetary. QXE may just pull the trigger pretty soon. Anti-armor missiles being launched down on top of this army, and I think it's time for QXE to just go with everything. And he's going to go for it now.
There we go. Vikings picking stuff out here.
Retreating expertly, though.
Not bad. Good fungal on the Bio there. Battlecruiser still chomping on in.
Oh, this is so good for Bioice.
Another great fungal there on that Bio on the ground, slowing everything. Coming back in just as that wears off. I think the Raven got killed in that previous attack.
So hard.
That was a great pickoff on that Raven. No more anti-armor missiles.
Vikings may still be able to make this happen versus all the Corruptors. They're starting to wear thin.
Yeah, Broodlord's on the ground, killing everything down there. That is not a problem for Bioice at this point. The Battlecruisers are the problem. There are not enough Corruptors to deal with this, but 17 are in production right now, and the Planetary Fortress is going to fall.
And that is a critical base. Meanwhile, Bioice, he's starting to mine in this center location, which helps him out. QXE, he's just run out of resources, really. I mean, he's got this one base in the left, which he's dropping a ton of mules on, but, I mean, remaxing from this point is going to be tough. He's down 50 supply.
Yeah, look at that supply. Losing that base was huge. Bioice has taken the bottom base as well.
Yeah. Beasties are not some magical tool that makes you win the game.
No, you have to use them correctly, obviously.
Just tacking into them this late is the concerning thing. And then just, that was such a good engagement by Bioice. He made it seem like he baited QXE into like a now or never moment. Then he's like, never mind, LOL, and retreated. That was actually such a good move by him, because the Terran's like, all right, this is go, this is now or never, and then then Bioice is like, no, I'm just gonna go away.
You know what? It's fine.
And then I'll come back in when it's better for me. Because, I mean, if QXE had taken that fight there, if Bioice had let him, he'd probably be in a fantastic position. But, oh, man, look at this.
Creep spreading up on this previously occupied by a Planetary Fortress position. QXE going after that bottom base for Bioice, though. And once again, getting cleaned out. Yeah, that 6 o'clock position is still pretty darn rock solid for Bioice. I can't believe that Greater Spire is still alive. There's been a lot of Bio running around in that area, and just none of them have really stopped to just take it down.
Yeah. Yeah, if QXE picks off this base, that would be nice for buying himself some time. I mean, this Broodlord Infestor army is not very mobile. Still, but oh, look at this. Corruptors coming on in. There's nothing, or there's actually a handful of Marines to come on in and try and shoot this way, but that kill the base is so quick.
Yeah, Caustic Spray is serious business, man. You gotta have some kind of anti-air to deal with that. And here we go, 6 o'clock position getting pushed on.
Oh, these infestors.
Drones going down.
Ugh.
The splits.
All the medivacs.
Slow motion splits.
QXE gonna try and take a fight, but I don't think he has enough PCs to make this happen. Neural Parasite going down. Bioice is shutting this down hard.
And he
there we go.
Jumps him back. There it is. That's what he needed to do, and there's your good game.
GG, Bioice takes the 2-1 lead.
2-1 lead. Yes, Redo, you missed a lot back there.
It's crazy how this series is only 2-1, all things considered.
It has been a while. That feels like some really long macro-style games here for 2 and for 3. 1 was actually pretty long, too, as far as Legacy of the Void goes. But, man, Bioice, 2-1 lead right now against QXE. That final play that I'm watching right now, the Neural Parasite into the tactical jump the Battlecruisers back into the enemy, that's exactly what you got to do. Maybe you heard us talk about it. I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
maybe.
Okay. Let's get everyone on into the lobby. Then we can get on into the next game. Is QXE going to be able to bring it back? I mean, that game in which he beat Bioice was a pretty unique fashion on that one map. Like, maybe if he because just like his opening looked so good and he was dropping all over, but the drops weren't getting enough done. He was throwing away a lot of resources into them.
Yeah, the drops were dying, but he was picking off hatcheries and killing drones by the dozens, it felt like there, but he just wasn't keeping his dudes alive was the problem. And they were trades that Bioice was willing to make. Yeah, I agree with you there.
All right, both players are ready though, so we're gonna load right on in.
Oh, Redo thought that he missed Puck versus H-Jacks, but no, that one has been delayed.
No. Yes.
We'll get it. We'll get it in a bit here.
QXE versus Bioice being the first match, and here we are in this best of 5. Spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. It is Sloth Bioice.
And in the top left-hand corner, the purple Terran player, he's moving out with 2 SCVs. It is QXE.
I was gonna take a gander on this. If QXE loses 2 macro games, that's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he brings out a 2 Rex. And here it is.
Kind of hopes that Bioice doesn't do well here and forces a game 5 off of it. It worked for him against Caleb.
It did. QXE knows how to play tournaments, man.
Just because Caleb didn't respond to it well enough, and then remember how there were those SCVs, and then Caleb killed him, and we're like, hey, the SCVs are done, the push is over, and then 2 more SCVs came from nowhere.
Yeah,
that was brilliant out of QXE. He's like, this isn't all in. I gotta commit. I can't just lose it. Bring in more workers. Let's do this thing. All right. Well, the Overlords are scouting the completely wrong direction to spot this. And you guys, this is just Falcon Paladin with another public service announcement. Just drone scout. I know you think you can do this with slow Overlords, and I know sometimes it works, but good heavens, just send a drone across the map. This stuff does not work at all.
Yeah.
If Bioice knows it's coming at this point, which he would.
Or just open with a 16 pool.
Sure. Just be a little less greedy.
Because we're seeing 2 drones start. Well, he's already got his gas up, so it wasn't the latest pool and extractor. Sometimes Zergs will go up to like 18 drones and then they'll start their pool and extractor, and it's like, well, you just deserve to lose. But QXE, he's already getting his bunkers up. There's no Overlord in position to see this.
Blind,
wait, how did Bioice sniff this out? He knows. This Marine has got to run. He knows, though. Wow.
How did he... I'm trying to... Magic? Magic. Zerg magic.
Yeah, I don't know how he sniffed that out.
Alright, well, the Marines are kiting as best as they can here. But again, as we mentioned yesterday, drone good against upgraded Marines in this particular situation. And look at this. That's a lot of lost mining time. Is the bunker going to get up is the question.
They are up.
The bunkers
now the
are
Marines
up.
just need to get in there. There's a lot of Lings working away on them already. Bioice knows that he needs to prevent those Marines from getting in there, and they're actually getting FaceTime.
Oh my gosh. Is Bioice going to win this thing by shutting this down?
The Ling's dying, but yeah, QXE not made it into the bunkers just yet. However, the Ling count is thinning out. Some more on the way, though. But I think if QXE can make it into the bunkers, those Marines, they just got to hightail it in there.
Nope, the drones.
Yeah, they're body blocking. They don't want to let that happen.
Oh my gosh, and now there's a queen, and there's the block, and I don't think this is going to work.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, but 4 Marines, a little bit scarier than 2 Marines. That said, now there's 2 queens, and now we're going after the bunkers. There's the salvage, and QXE is in a world of hurt.
I guess Bioice probably saw the extra SCVs, and that's how he knew that it was on the way.
Must have been.
Now, QXE does take a nice engagement there, whittling down some of those Lings over Bioice. He's held this. He's on 2 bases. He's got his queens at the front door, and you need an infinity of Marines in order to kill a queen without stim. So, all right. What's QXE do from this position? Try and transition. He's got double refinery, a CC on the way on the low ground, but with Lings moving across the map, that's going to be pretty tough to secure. Speed's delayed, though. A bunker's already starting, so QXE is thinking about how he's going to follow this up.
Yeah, speed is really delayed, but there's only 1 Marine in production right now, and there's no way. Those guys going to get home.
Yeah, they should be home fine. Bioice tries to catch that. He does save his Overlord, it looks like, perhaps? No, he doesn't. Actually getting supply blocks, so this is pretty good for QXE. That's going to delay a round of drones. And Bioice is only on 15 workers.
Got a Marine, traded it for a Zergling. That's a fair trade in every day. Now the bunker's up, and now the wall's up, and now the Zerglings aren't doing anything right now.
No, yeah, the extra barracks is flying around the map, just seeing that there's no Roach Warren or anything on the way. And so QXE, I mean, he can macro out of this. Getting an extra bunker up, playing this very cautiously. In fact, 2 extra bunkers on the way. Maybe expecting a Baneling nest or something, or a Baneling bust, but that is not coming. But you can always salvage the bunkers anyway, so there we go. Look at that, he canceled it. Starts SCV production. He's got his factory on the way, starts up a 3rd CC, so QXC says, nope, I'm just gonna macro out of this.
Wow, what a recovery for him.
Oh, this makes me nervous. Tech Lab in the wall.
Yeah, that's easy to pick off with Roaches, Ravagers, Zerglings even in some situations. And they're just dancing about, but that 3 Marine bunker with a couple of Marines standing behind it, pretty scary stuff. That said, Bioice has been droning. He's making 7 at a time. He already has a 9 worker count lead, and now it's going to continue to increase.
Yeah, indeed.
And yeah, he's just going into regular old macro style here.
This stim makes me so nervous. If Bioice sees it, in the time it takes Stim to finish, he can throw up a Baneling nest, morph 5 Banelings, crash him into it, and deny Stim, and win the game. And that makes me nervous. He's seen the Tech Lab start, but he's just droning. There's a Baneling nest on the way now. Supply Depot is gonna re-wall this. But no, Bioice seems just content, just to drone up behind this. He knows that there would be no follow-up aggression coming his way, really. There's these 2 Hellions, but he's got plenty of Lings in order to shut these down.
And yeah, Bioice is just trying to race to that position where he has the composition that he wants as fast as he can, while dealing with anything that QXC can throw at him. It's 24 Zerglings, Baneling nest in here too, going for a lair. I mean, he's just hitting all of his standard positions right now. And there's a drop coming from QXC, but I just don't have much expectation it's going to do a whole lot.
Okay. Medivac's going to be flying on in here, maybe looking for a drop, but definitely in the view of Bioice. So QXC has to load that up and find somewhere else to unload, but Bioice is trailing it. QXC will unload there, and there's no... Or there actually is Banelings, but there's no Baneling speed yet.
Nope. A little bit scary, but that's a good number of Zerglings, man.
Yeah, we'll see how well QXC micros is. Actually getting a few Lings to start things off. Moves in with the rest of them. He can definitely shave some off and then lift up. As long as he's careful not to get completely surrounded.
Getting a decent surround there. Forces the pick off. That's the win for Bioice, and he's going to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, QXC has his 1-1 on the way. Bioice is securing his 4th base. I mean, the 3rd of QXC is so close to the 4th of Bioice. So here he comes on in, once again, shaving off some Lings, sniping a Baneling or 2. And this is just free Lings, basically, for QXC, as long as he micros this. He can shave off another Baneling or 2, and since there's no creep out here, this is actually very good for QXC.
Yeah, that hatch is going to pop, though. Bioice is just delaying, allowing that to happen. Aliens rolling on in here, too.
Oh, this is decent for QXC. This is a nice move, and he's actually going to get the hatch, it looks like.
Wow.
Oh, he doesn't focus it down, though. And he has to lift up. What? Oh, man.
No,
Does he
he's
just land a Marine? There we go.
There it is.
That's actually a huge pickoff for him. So Bioice on 3 bases. QXC on 3 bases. That was actually tremendous for QXC.
That was beautiful, beautiful play, and he needs it too, man.
Yes, he does. Now, moving out with a drop to the south, there's going to be no base at the south for him to attack just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Bioice throws up a hatch in that direction, but he is just trying to re-secure this 4th base location. QXC's coming in with the Medivacs. Will definitely be seen by the creep. And actually, a few Marines... The standard Terran, there was too many units trying to fit in the Medivac, so these Marines are going to stupidly follow.
But hey, some extra Marines is not bad. If they can deny that +1 melee attack.
Look at that, QXC using them. He's like, I intended for this.
Yep.
Now these Marines actually getting into the main base. Bioice was not ready. Queen going to go down, some drones falling. This is actually fantastic for him because Bioice was busy on the north dealing with this attack. But this choke point is huge for QXC. The Banelings not getting the connections, actually blocked by the drones. A fantastic trade for QXC. Looks like he's going to get the spawning pool as well, and then maybe be able to get on out of there.
And the Queen ineffectually trying to shoot them out of the sky. QXC, man, 155 to 108 supply. He's gotten some two major victories.
Yeah. The supply is huge for him. It may just be time for him to try and push in versus Bioice.
Yeah, army supply 95 to 50 right now. These guys are effectively unscathed. There's still enough to fit in all those slots.
Oh, and look at
on
that.
the medivacs, but one, and he's coming back in.
Okay, Lings are ready.
Here a little bit earlier this time with some Banelings, and there's nowhere to go.
Oh, the Baneling is getting the connections.
QXC, why did I think he was safe?
But he's still up 50 supply though, and he's coming in with a scary push. Look at that, he's hitting the 4th base already. Good Marine splits, absorbing Banelings there, and now here he comes. Lots of Widow Mines, and when I say a lot of Widow Mines, I mean a ton of Widow Mines.
Yeah, the Banelings with centrifugal hooks are so much harder to stop here. On the high ground, ton of Widow Mines out there. Liberators in production now too. Getting some Marauders to absorb those Baneling shots. 174 to 139 supply. Still about 40 supply up as QXC, but not nearly as big as it was a couple minutes ago. And a Hive and a Spire on the way.
I'm a little bit concerned about how much time he's giving his opponent. QXC has also just started his +2 attack. And so I'd really like to see him try and push in. Really start to just... Because he's still double the supply. Eating a few Banelings there is rather nasty.
Wow. Once again.
He's got tons of Widow Mines. He's got a Liberator set up. I want to see QXC really take this right now. Runs forward with a lot of units. They eat some Banelings, but not the most efficient trade. I'd like to see him start edging some Widow Mines forward underneath the cover of that Liberator, get some more bio. I mean, QXC's macroing behind this, but I am scared of him heading into a macro game versus Bioice in which he just hits everything that he wants to.
Man, how is Bioice coming back into this thing? I don't know. Marauders in the mix here too.
He's just staying alive. Widow Mines are now moving forward. QXC's got a lot more bio, a good chunk of Marauders in with this. This is how he's really going to be starting to take favorable trades versus the Zerg, just baiting him in here. Losing a few Marines doesn't matter. Marauder absorbing a lot of Banelings. Some Widow Mines getting good connections on the Lings. A lot more Marines here in the back. Just grinding these Lings up. The Medivac's healing this army for days. It looks like Bioice, he's bleeding out right now. He's lost a lot of units. Some more Banelings are rolling forward, and oh no, the connections are huge. That was looking pretty good for QXC, and he's actually got a ton of reinforcements coming on in here, but those were some good Baneling hits for Bioice. If he can do that once or twice more, it will be good for him, but there's actually so few Lings to deal with these Marauders. These Marauders can just bait these Banelings in, and QXC, want to see him keep pushing. A Ling run by being planned for Bioice. This was pretty much inevitable here, but QXC does have a few units in position to try and deal with this. Some rallying units out. He's busy trying to push on in. There we go. He's just getting these rallied units. Should be able to clean it up. Meanwhile, he's pushing onto the front. He's actually maybe going to be able to get the hatchery. Banelings are rolling forward once again, but connecting into Marauders being healed by Medivacs is never a good trade for the Zerg.
No, but enough Lings here, and their +2 is done. +2 attack is not quite done for QXC at this point. Queens trying to help with their DPS as much as possible. Widow Mines getting some friendly fire there too. A lot of Widow Mines getting cleaned up, and Bioice has stabilized. He did end up losing the hatch though, and that might be what QXC needs to finally push through here.
Yeah, QXC is 2-2 finishes, which is going to help him out tremendously. Bioice has made his way to a lair. A drop here on the south, working away on this hatchery. Will he be able to get it? It doesn't look like a good reaction by both players there. QXC, though, now he's got to set his sights on the next base of Bioice. Bioice has secured an additional base, and he's actually getting into Ultralisk tech, so he's just hanging on. He will not die.
Yeah, the Widow Mines hanging out on the edges of the creep here. Liberators on the backside and the front side. They're going to take down another hash. Just sitting here safe inside this position. Lings trying to get in. Widow Mines are firing. But again, that's friendly fire splash damage too. The Marauders just coming back, and as long as we have any HP, we're going to keep firing here. Ultras have finally popped, but there's a lot of Marauders. Again, clearing out one Baneling versus one Marine, not trading very well at all. Here is Bioice, and he's now by another 50 supply. The hatch is going to get focused down.
Oh, that Baneling hit, though, or that Widow Mine hit. Oh, man.
And the Transfuse is keeping it alive very, very well. This is incredibly touch and go right now. Ultra's just going for it, absorbing the bailing shots. Too many Marauders coming in. The Liberator getting beautiful hits on out here, too. And the hatch does end up falling there. Bioice is in a world of hurt. Down about 50 supply at this stage still. Trying to take a base on that right side. Not going to happen. Dropping all over the place. The Medivacs able to fly around pretty much free. There are some Corruptors on the way, but is it too little too late?
Oh, QXE finding all these drones. That Widowmine actually probably going to get a shot off, or just kill him with the bio, but shutting down that base, preventing Bioice from going for the double expand, and now QXE can really just set his sights on really the final base of Bioice, or push into the third, whatever he prefers. He's in a fantastic position. Bioice is planning a big run by, however, QXE hasn't taken this third this time around, so they're going to have to get into the natural, but Widowmines are waiting to greet those Lings, and they get some pretty good shots off.
Decent crushes there, but some Lings are getting on in. This is really what he needs to buy himself the time, but QXE doesn't seem to be wanting to respond to this all that much. A lot of SCVs going down. So many drones getting killed too. QXE finally pulling back a little bit in this position. There are Widowmines, but they're not burrowing themselves in that natural base. And QXE continuing to push in anyway. He has enough to clean it up. Finally, the main base is in a world of hurt, though.
Oh, the third base, too. Bioice is getting fantastic damage done, and he's bought himself a fantastic opportunity. He really just needs to make the hold here. However, there's not many Banelings in with this. There's an Infestor. I don't think it has energy for a Fungal Luna. It's a bit too far forward. And oh man, QXE, he does clean up a lot of these Ultras, or at least put them on their last legs. And it looks like he may have managed to do it.
Yeah, another hatch goes down. He's still got Zerglings in his main base, but doesn't care all that much about it. 5 Infestors on the way, and that's your good game. We are going game 5. QXE wins game number 4.
He does, yeah, tremendously done.
Oh, holy smokes, these series have been good. Oh, and a bit of a spoiler alert. Anybody who is interested in Home Story Cup.
I'm closing my ears.
All right. So yes, Innovation has taken 1 map over Sterile. It's 1-0 currently in the Home Story Cup.
Oh man. Okay.
Innovation, man.
The final map.
Yeah, Gildalin throwing out. They're not a fan of Ultras even with their new upgrade, and I can't necessarily say I disagree with you. I just think, I don't know. There's just so many good answers for them for Terran. Liberators are great. Marauders are good. Ghosts are incredible. And even if they have their upgrade off creep, they're better, but still not exactly a crushing unit, especially if the Terran has the ability to kite. If they can kite, then the Ultras are going to have a lot of trouble.
Okay, so, Blue Shift is going to be our last map. And we'll find out who's going to take it. Then after that, guys, we're going to have Puck versus H-Jax, a PvP to determine who's going to move on to the finals and play versus the winner of this series. We have had some incredibly great series this tournament.
Absolutely amazing play all the way down here. Trying to get additional players into the lobby to make it happen, but thanks everybody for joining us. It's been a fantastic time thus far. Trying to get, again, tell your friends about these Afreeca invitationals here, these Afreeca Worlds, because they are fantastically fun. Let's see if we can get some more people in here.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, Home Story Cup is going on, so there's no doubt a lot of people are watching the finals of that. But we'll be going on probably later than Home Story Cup, so.
Yeah, at this pace. Whew.
Okay, just waiting for the players to get ready.
Yep.
Alrighty, both players are ready, so we're going to get on into it. The final map is Blue Shift, so a very explored map. Grand Final will be a best of 9. I don't think I have a best of 9 in me. A best of 7 will do. I don't know if any of the players would be up for that either.
No, likely not.
Oh yeah, we do always have best of 5s, flush out the series, and then have a best of 7 Grand Finals. Alright, but here we are. He's tied it up 2-2 after that proxy barracks in the last game. It's QXC.
Oh, another rubber match. Do we have it in us? I believe we do. And in the bottom left is the pink Zerg player from Sloth Esports, Bioice.
All right, yeah. No proxy barracks. So the question is, what's QXC going to do this time on Blue Shift? He's definitely made Bioice nervous. We see that Overlord adjusting a little bit.
Trying to spot those proxies, which are not going to be proxies.
They are not. Third hatchery going to be, or natural hatchery going to be going up, pardon me. Then, yeah, just a standard game. QXC, gas first, barracks on the way. SCV Scout, always good to see. Reaper's on the way here for QXC, just going for that standard Reaper expand. Actually, he's getting up a bunker. Okay. Being a bit cheeky with this. Bioice not going to be expecting this. The SCV Scout for QXC. It's gone across the map, going to force a bit of a reaction from Bioice. He's sending down a drone, expecting this to be on the way, but it's going to be done by the time it gets there. As he was wondering where that SCV went.
And completes just in time.
Yeah, Bioice. Actually, that drone heading towards the third base. He just says, alright, it's just a bunker for the Reaper. I can deal with that. Now,
yeah, I'm going to get my third base at the traditional 2 minutes and 20 seconds, as is tradition.
I always liked the idea of this build coming out of QXC. He's going for a second Reaper, but we haven't ever seen a build like this get tremendous damage done versus Zergs, I don't think. But, I mean, he's making a second Reaper. We'll see how Bioice is going to react to this. It's not something that Zerg faces every day.
No, and it's incredibly annoying to deal with, just because the dancing Reaper is annoying anyway, but it can fall back to a safe location. Force you to keep your drones alive is just like, it's not going to kill me, but I'd rather it wasn't here.
Yeah, that Queen also taking a shot or two. Reapers I don't think will ever kill that bunker, but look at this, QXC, he's following it up with just a single Hellion to try and get that into the fight right away. And look at that, Reapers, they may be able to get a drone. They haven't yet, that drone. So lucky there.
Yeah, good lost mining time there at the least. And there we go, Ling surround. Trying to get those Reapers, but they do manage to escape. And no salvage onto the bunker, but that's okay. Some good damage done there anyway, forcing some Lings out.
That was a bit concerning that he did manage to cancel the bunker, or salvage the bunker, pardon me, but Hellion joining up with this. He's got the extra Reaper out on the map. Gonna help poke and prod. Ooh, that's a miss rally there from QXC.
Whoa!
Ooh, losing that Hellion hurts.
Yeah, that was not good. Reaper's gonna come over. Still not saturating the third base is Bioice because he knows better than that. But
Ling speed on the way, or gonna be about finished up. So Reaper's gonna have to head on home. QXC is getting up his third CC, getting a wall there. Although gonna have to keep these Hellions back at home if he wants to make sure that he is safe versus these potential Lings. And the Lings for Bioice, they're waiting for an opportunity. Thanks to this Overlord.
They certainly are. They've got the vision. Overlord tries to come in to scout, does see the double boosted Hellions here, and a single barracks. He's going to see the other factory, though, is the question, as more and more Hellions are being made up there. Overlord does not get that vision.
Oh, QXC, what are you doing?
Blue Flame. Infernal Pre-Igniter.
He's got that third CC on the way, going for Blue Flame. Oh man, this is such an interest. This is QXC, that's for sure. And he's just making a lot of Hellions here. Is he going to throw up an armory? There's a Baneling Nest on the way, which you need in order to deal with Hellbats. So just Lings ain't going to cut it. So it's really going to be all about the Banelings if QXC does decide to commit.
Yeah, man. Blue Flame Hellbat, so dang scary unless you respond to it perfectly as Zerg. Lings are just going to die by the dozens in that situation. Creep spreading it, pumping out additional queens here, droning up, making sure he doesn't get supply blocked. So far, happy 3-base Zerg. Army count, or worker count rather, 50 to 38, which is just beautiful.
You know, QXC, I mean, he's really hoping that his opponent doesn't go for roaches, I guess, making an educated guess, since there hasn't been too many in this series, or really any, versus early on for Bioice. But he might not actually morph these into Hellbats. He may just poke and prod, because the Blue Flame will just shred any Lings. There's enough Hellions, I think, to challenge Queens, and then the Hellions can just run away from the Banelings. We'll see if he does morph them here, but he's just running on in. Yeah, this is... Oh, there we go. He's morphing them now.
There they are, and here they come, and everybody running for their life right now.
Bioice has droned up a lot here. But look at those Hellbats just shredding the Lings. There's a lot of Banelings done, but is there enough? This is a whack load of Hellbats. QXC, how's his spread? Oh, pretty good here so far. Those Banelings rolling forward, but not getting fantastic connections, and there's a ton of Hellbats still left. They're gonna try and intercept those Banelings as they finish, but does Bioice have enough? He may just do, and it looks like he will.
The Queens and the Transfuses making the hold work there, and QXC is suddenly in trouble.
Yeah, suddenly in a fair bit of trouble, because Bioice, he's on 60 drones behind this. He was being greedy, but then still managing to hold off this attack.
Queens, man. Queens are good.
He lost a fair bit of mining time, but now there's going to be a Ling counterattack as the third base is moving out. These Hellions, they will do a good job of cleaning up these Lings, though. So as long as those depots are raised, these Lings could actually be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, a bunch of them get roasted, but some do manage to escape here. Third base is landed for QXC. He needs to keep the Hellions at home, I think, just to deal with Ling run-bys.
Yeah.
QXC says playing defense is for chumps. I'm going to move these guys out onto the map and see what I can do.
Yeah, getting a Hellion run-by later on would definitely help him out with that Blue Flame. Drones just die so fast. But now we are seeing some roaches coming out of Bioice, knowing that he needs something a little bit more solid in order to deal with this.
Yeah, just picking off creep tumors at this stage of the game. Roach production continuing, working on +1 vehicle weapon. Tanks in production here for QXC too, and he is going to mech this thing.
Yeah, Blue Shift, not a terrible map for mech. It's small, but it's got a lot of good choke points for a defensive 4-base Terran.
Yeah, I just feel like QXC's trying to get those battle cruisers up, man. He's had a really good record with them, especially where he can get to them early, where he's not necessarily opening bio then transitioning into battle cruiser, but where it's the plan.
Yeah, he may just upgrades. Do. And Blue Shift is a can definitely be a split map. Look at that, these Hellbats morphing. This is so cute. Gonna try Reaper Grenades going down to try and delay these units. He wants to get this hatchery, and that would be a nice move if he does. Oh, it's close. Yeah, oh, and he gets the kill. That is fantastic.
Yeah, not even the cancel there. Well played there by QXC. Hellbats, such good utility.
They are. Fourth base floating over for QXC. Bioice on 4 bases himself, but QXC, he's just getting up a ton of tanks now. Even getting up some Thors. And Bioice, he's really committing to this Roach for that anti-mech. But I mean, there's a chance QXC, he may go for like a tank Hellbat push as he did in similar games once again. And they hit hard, man. Without Vipers or anything to help you deal with them, tank pushes. I mean, tanks can be hard to deal with.
Amen. Look at these Roach Ravager though. We got this. Oh, hang on. 8 tanks? Never mind.
Yeah, we're going to back
7?
off.
7. But coming up, sneaking up this way too, Hellions.
Oh man, there's actually just so many Hellions too. Like, Hellions not good versus armored units, but when there's this many, their splash damage actually does decent. Some Ravagers misrallied. And good defense here by QXC so far.
Wow. Tanks in a good position to cover the third base and the fourth base simultaneously there. +2 vehicle weapons coming in here too. And Thor production has begun for QXC. 3 Thors at a time for the Terran player as they start
I guess
walking
maybe
out.
A bit worried about mutas, or just thinks Thors are good. I mean,
Thors are pretty good.
Versus ground units, since the patch, they're technically worse because of that armor change. But here we see, I mean, he's just coming on in with these, maybe planning for eventual Broodlords, but this Roach Ravager steps forward, eats a tank volley, kills off a few of the Hellions, but that's what they're for, to be a buffer. And now we are seeing QXC move forward.
Yeah, Bioice is just trying to delay this as best he can. Force the tanks into siege position, and then force them out of siege position just so they can move up a little bit here, making this as slow as push as possible. That said, decent corrosive biles off, some more Hellbats going down. Once that Hellbat buffer is gone, it gets harder, but the additional Hellions are rolling in to replace the ones that have been lost thus far. Hydralisk's in production. The first Viper shows up to the field.
Yeah, Thors do help deal with the Vipers if they're put in their single target mode, so it would be good to see QXC do that.
Do they prioritize their targets in that situation?
I believe they do, yes.
Yeah.
And they just have such high range with their anti-air that any Vipers that fly forward can actually just be picked off. So I would like to see QXC transform him. There he goes. Now the Vipers are done though. We'll see if it's an engagement, and it is. Bioice really just going for it. QXC's tanks are getting covered right now. There's a lot in the back that are not firing, so QXC has to retreat. Thors are getting attacked, but I mean, a lot of the buffer for Bioice is dying, and these Thors are not too bad. And so QXC pushes forward, and the Vipers really are spent. There's only one of them left. Is QXC going to be able to do it?
Wow, it's looking real scary right now for Bioice. He's got 15 Hydras in production, but without the blinding cloud, the tanks are going to take care of those guys no problem. Picking off creep tumors, additional tanks are showing up to the front here. 22 Hydras now in production, abducting a Thor into the mix. Not quite able to kill it before it can retreat on home. Additional armor upgrades are coming to help with that. But this base, it's a full evacuation. Bioice knows he can't protect this base. And as a result, he's going to let it die, and it dies so fast.
Usually Zerg has Broodlords or something coming in this situation, but Bioice does not. He's just got Hydra Viper. He's got some more Vipers on the way, which will help out, but QXC, he can probably just keep going on, right?
It looks like it. I don't see anything to stop him from doing it. There are some more Vipers in production from Bioice now. He should be able to consume. Oh, counterattack by Bioice up the natural base.
Few roaches, but the tanks do deal with that. QXC still is on 4 bases. He's actually maxed out now. And he's really starting to tighten the noose on his opponent's neck. These Thors picking off a few overlords here and there. And just as he inches forward, look at this tank spread.
It's
oh, man.
Beautiful tank spread. Pushing on this is so hard, even with the blinding cloud. Thor's at the front here to absorb the damage. More Lings in production now. Some Roaches going to join the party too. And here we go. Bioice going for it. Hydras in the back.
But here, there's so much Terran right now. Some good blinding clouds going down. He may be able to trade and then back off, but as far as pushing in further, it's going to be pretty tough for him. Although he keeps on going, but now he does back off, realizing that he cannot take the fight to QXC, but the noose is just tightening here.
Yeah, denying that gas income. Bioice needs every bit of gas he can get right now. Nice abduct, though. Does take out a couple of those Thors that have been such a thorn.
Even a transfuse keeps that Viper alive. He's so sick. So he's desperately trying to make this hold. Abducts are very good in this situation, but look at the ground army. It's practically nothing for Bioice. The tanks can probably just unsiege at this point and roll forward if they wanted to. He's just so far down on supply right now. QXC, he's lost a fair bit of units himself, but he's still got his production going back at home, and he's just moving forward. He's even setting up missile turrets.
This is the most patient push I've seen in a long time from a Terran player.
Baneling Nest goes down. Not that that was going to be too useful at this point in the game, but the Vipers, they are actually going to abduct a fair few tanks, and even blinding clouding them for good measure. Some of the tanks on the other side getting shots off, though. And here comes in QXC, though. Oh, man.
Wow.
Hellbats and tanks get to the other side. These tanks do need to get set up, though, because Bioice is a pretty formidable army here now.
Barrier split, and the Blinding Cloud goes down, catching a couple of them, but tanks on the back line.
Yeah, they do all get set up, and
against
there's no energy.
Oh.
Bioice losing his 4th base. He's lost his 3rd, and this base is actually going to be cut off as well. As he just checkmated Bioice. Look at Bioice's bank. He's got 4K minerals, but he doesn't have the larva to produce anything off it, it looks like. And he's got
losing
3 larvae.
Another hatch.
Oh,
Vipers
man.
are good, but if you only have Vipers, you can't win the game. That's for sure. Man, this bad rally from Roach is trying to get some tanks up here to get rid of these, or some spines to get rid of the tanks, which is just sad and kind of hilarious. Hey, you got it down. Oh, no shots though. No pokes.
Look at
that
this.
one gets a poke off. Hydra's getting exploded. 177 to 104 supply.
QXC has done it, man. Like,
he has.
Oh my god. What a legend. GG, QXC. 3-2's Bioice. Oh my god, guys. He did it. The madman.